In your opinion, what does the education industry look like in the next 5 years?
I think in 5 years we'll see even more peer-to-peer experiences. I think we'll see more learning that's individualized. In my 40 years in higher education, every 10 years there's better focus on the individual learner and less on the teacher providing movies, providing speech, and more on the student learning. So this model of peer-to-peer support, it takes that further, and I think that's the direction things are going.
As a person with such an extensive educational background, what do you think the industry needs?
I think flexibility. I think that the education system has I think the education system needs additional flexibility for better individual student learning and better getting the resources of teachers and tutors to the individual students without the having to have the physical people together at all times. I think also the global nature of the world, of the learning environment now, is something that in the US people are hurrying to catch up. I think that having resources for students and also for lifelong learners, people who want to learn to make their work prospect better, to have a language so that they can move into other language systems for work or for their life. I have many, many friends whose children now live outside the US, and those friends would like to learn language in a way that's easy while they're working, where they can work in an individualized way. I think that having more resources available to more US learners globally, I think will be very helpful.
How do you think people will get education in the future?
I think online education is certainly coming. I think there will always be face-to-face. I think that a model like this one provides many elements of face-to-face learning because of the infrastructure you're developing, so that it's not simply online typing, and that people will want to have face-to-face but flexible ways to learn.
What do you think is important when it comes to getting education?
I think affordability. Many people in the US, the market I know best, many people struggle to find resources for attending colleges and want to learn, or struggle to perform well in colleges and want to supplement the resources for learning they have. A peer-to-peer model is going to be much more affordable for people who want a supplement to what they're doing in school or what they're doing in life. I think they want things that are accessible and affordable.
And how will the internet or maybe blockchain help this?
I think that having the resources of the internet, even in my life, having meetings that can involve faces makes a big, big difference in my work. Part-time, I coach academic writers. And we recently moved our model from telephone-based to Zoom-based. It makes such a difference. I do so much better as a coach, as a teacher, when I see the faces. And I think that the platform you're developing facilitates that kind of nonverbal learning that's very important.
How do you think how the traditional universities or the traditional education of models will move online, and how NTOK can help them?
I think that the online efforts are going to continue. I predict that few of the traditional institutions will move away from face-to-face. I think face-to-face is staying. Some of the experiments with moving online are moving back to what we call hybrid models, where it's partially face-to-face, where you have group projects in a physical location, and partially online. But what also is needed is a way to fill in the cracks, to have online resources that supplement, that are to support the extras, the extra little bit of support when a learner can't get to the office of the professor. A learner who can supplement online face-to-face will be very important.